So let's see what Palantir has in store today, Wednesday, right before we have market open. We've seen Palantir up to $66. It pushed that previous high. Will we see it break above the 66.50 mark? It's an all-time high up here at 67.80. If it breaks above 67.80, then we could see what would be even new territory from there. So up here at this previous resistance is what it's knocking on the door of. We did some analysis yesterday and basically broke down that, hey, in our live session that we did in Stockmate, we wanted to take a look at AI companies that are not just, part of the Magnificent Seven, right? But we're talking about companies that might be in the prime segment of the market that hasn't fully really flourished. And Palantir is one of those companies that you would see kind of in the cream of the crop. I was doing this kind of presentation earlier today where I was sharing with you guys how there's kind of like two circles that we have. One circle, imagine you have like the S&P 500. Over here in the other circle, you have, let's say, AI companies. And out of the S&P 500, I want you to imagine like a pie chart where it's like 40 or 50% of the gains and what carries the S&P 500 just towards that other circle, okay? And those are like the Magnificent Seven, like Tesla and Google and Nvidia and Apple and Meta. So you imagine that. And then you have the other circle that is the tech companies, the AI companies that are small. And only about 10% of those companies will be successful. And imagine the two circles kind of overlapping in what will be very, very high growth companies that are in the AI and tech space. That's what we're looking at here with Palantir. They just joined NASDAQ. They are going to be most likely pushing up to what will be a $200 billion market cap. Excuse me. JP Morgan upgraded them. Same thing. Well, JP Morgan is actually a partner with Palantir, which is funny. But you know who else upgraded them was Bank of America. I saw Dan Ives also had some bullish outlook on Palantir, even at this point. Now, if you ask somebody that bought Palantir this past year, maybe they bought an average price of $5. Maybe they bought at $37. Or maybe they, bought here at, I don't know, $48. But now it's at $66. And if you ask a lot of those people, they're either holding or they're selling, right? I mean, maybe they're going to go in and they're going to buy more, but in most cases, unless they're doing like an average up approach, those people that I'm talking to are saying that they're holding or they're selling. So who's continuing to buy? And we see Palantir continuing to push up. This pattern is kind of holding consistently after breaking above here that previous resistance. We saw it break above at 49 or $50 a share and break up here to what is now this rising consolidation or this uptrend. And with a price target of $75, I wouldn't say, don't buy Palantir if you have a 1 month time frame of holding or a 2 month time frame of holding, because those $75 price targets are based on a 1 year from today. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, of course, could it go to $75? Absolutely, it could. But when we think about the risk, right, where it's at right now, it could be one that you want to either, you're getting in for a quick trade like I am here on PTIR, which goes up 2% every time Palantir goes up 1% or it goes down, vice versa. I'm catching this swing right here from $64 up to that $67. I think it's going to swing there to previous all-time high, and I'll probably take profit or, at least move my stop loss up, right? So that's where I am. Now, when it comes to Palantir, for 6 months or a year or more, it could make a lot more sense. You might say, Palantir, what stock is this? Why are you talking about it? If you guys aren't familiar, Palantir is one of the greatest AI based software companies in today's world, as they are having language models that can impact industries in very, very amazing ways. And I have a whole video recently on Palantir, how they work with Boston Hospital, for example, and they can put in their AI, and the AI will know all of the patients, what symptoms they have, and then schedule the right people for the right patients using AI. And those are things that require thousands of data points or thousands of things that you have to look at, that only AI could really process all at once. But aside from like Boston Hospital, they're partnered with AWS, Anthropic. So we're talking Amazon. For example, Netflix runs on AWS. You have a lot of companies. I think even Robinhood may run on. It does run on AWS. So a lot of companies run on AWS. Palantir has partnered with them, obviously, to help with that data. And Anthropic, which is a smaller startup, partner with Palantir. Palantir is partnering with, the Department of Defense. They are definitely with Army. You see them forming alliances with some of the Magnificent Seven, which when that happens, now you could see them, as this progresses, you could see Tesla as a potential partner with Palantir. And essentially, what that means is there is more room to run if they have a $150 billion market cap, which I think they're around right now. Then it's like, okay, you could see them reaching a quarter as much, or let's say they reach Salesforce numbers, which is it's like a software, and they are software, but they might even have an edge, as they're maybe more AI driven, in partnering with JP Morgan, whereas Salesforce partners with like other smaller banks, that they could compete and have the similar market cap of Salesforce, that's, I believe, 400 something billion. So that right there puts Palantir at what would be a 3x what their current price is, right? They would go up by 300% from their current price, which those types of things are why Palantir is soaring, why it's holding above that moving average. And of course, with changing governments, and what will be required if we're going more technological would be AI, and all the partnerships they have in government could mean that they will have even more of an impact in the US here in 2025, as we get into 2025. So we'll take a look at today. I'll keep you guys updated on how it goes. It's pushing up here. We'll see at market open what it looks like, and what we have going here. And I believe that if there's any time that we could see it pull back, right now might be one of those times. But hey, Palantir is absolutely crushing it. Same thing with Rocket Lab, and we went over our trade in Palantir and Rocket Lab this morning in our live session. Rocket Lab is up about, I sold most of my shares, but we're at 10 or 8% on the day. So a crusher day. If you guys want to watch me trade live at market open, feel free to check out that second link down below. Just a friendly reminder, we have 40% off for Black Friday for StockMate, which is our community of like-minded traders, investors, and you can watch me trade live every single morning at market open. Again, it's that second link down below to get started. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.